Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
Say no! Just say no! Just say no! We say no! We say no! Just say no! Just say no!
It's better to die standing than to live on your knees. Thank you.
It destroys your lives. That's why we're here.
I spoke at a rally on the weekend, and my boss saw the article, asked me if I did speak at the rally, which he doesn't have any right to do so because I don't need to tell him. Said that I put his business at risk, and I said, how is that possible? Anyways, he suspended me because I put his business at risk. I didn't tell him, and I came into the office on that Monday. And right now I'm suspended, and I think I'm going to be fired because I believe what I believe.
Brand new sign, just made this one.
Right here. We're here because we hate the lockdown. I'm a junior A prospect. I've get invited to 8 camps for junior A, and all of them are getting canceled because of the COVID lockdowns. And this is a huge part of my development. This is the year that's going to define where I play in my 17-18 year, and I can't go.
Well, it seems that Jason Kenney really isn't on board with what Alberta really needs. He's kind of flip-flopping. We had a lot of confidence and faith that he was going to do the right thing for us, and it doesn't seem like that's what's happening. So I'm just here to see what's going on, what he has to say, and hopefully he's got the right message for a change.
Here's John Carpay, a good freedom warrior here helping us with our rights. John, take it away. Thank you, Brad. Thank you, citizens. Here we are, exercising our charter freedom of association, our charter freedom of peaceful assembly, our charter freedom of expression. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms is the highest law of the land, not Dina Hinshaw's health orders. Today in Edmonton was the second day of the trial of Pastor James Coates in Grace Life Church. Now, Pastor Coates, and you've all heard of him and his courage, locked up by Jason Kenney for 35 days and now has his church barricaded. Of course, they've continued having their Sunday worship, but now in secret locations, exercising their charter rights and freedoms in the face of unscientific, arbitrary, and unconstitutional health orders. We're now into our 14th month of this temporary 2 weeks to flatten the curve. These are not temporary measures. And we're here now about an hour away from the Premier announcing even further restrictions on our fundamental freedoms as Canadians and as Albertans. The government has been telling us now for over 13 months that these measures are based on science and that this is evidence-based public policy, one of Dina Hinshaw's favorite terms, evidence-based public policy. Now they were told, the government was told well in advance that Pastor Coates' central defense in court is that these health orders are an unjustified violation of our charter rights and freedoms. They've had more than 13 months to come up with the evidence. 13 months of violating our charter rights and freedoms, 13 months, and if these are evidence-based, the government would not need more than just a few weeks' notice to get their medical evidence, to get their medical experts lined up to testify in court, to get their scientific reports, to get their medical evidence, to get their peer-reviewed scientific studies that support lockdowns, to get the data on the pros and cons of lockdowns, the risk-benefit ratio of lockdowns. They've had 13 months. They should never have violated our rights and freedoms in the first place without this evidence. When Jason Kenney started talking about curfews, first thing I thought about was my grandparents in the Netherlands who lived through the Nazi occupation for 5 very long, awful years, from 1940 to 1945. Curfews are a tool of oppression of the people, and it's the government trying to tell you who's boss. Curfews would be very much in line with the utter lack of science that is behind Dina Hinshaw's lockdown measures, because COVID doesn't spread outdoors, and there's no scientific or medical basis for them other than a tool of oppression to oppress the people. So in closing, thank you so much. Thank you, Brad, for giving me the opportunity to be here, and keep on fighting. And remember 2 things. Quitters never win, and winners never quit. And remember, it is better to die standing than to live on your knees. Thank you.
Time and time again, I hear from people that their stories simply aren't being told. That's what Rebel News is here to do, to share the other side of the story. But we suspect it's only a matter of time before we're kicked off YouTube entirely. So you need to go to rebelnews.com. There you can sign up, and if we're ever to be kicked off YouTube, we can make sure to reach out to you and ensure that you won't miss the latest updates from Rebel News.